All right, we're back now with breaking news. Roughly a half hour after the closing bell in a volatile day of market surges and stumbles, President Trump, just before the stock market closed for the day, telling reporters he's not thinking about pausing the tariffs that he's put on foreign nations. Joining us now, Republican Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana. Senator, very grateful to have you on the show today. Do you want President Trump to consider pausing these tariffs?
Well, what I would do, I've been preaching it on the Senate floor with respect to Canada for the last 2 weeks. I want to see foreign nations lower their tariffs and then us lower our tariffs. If I were Prime Minister Carney, I would think about offering President Trump zero tariffs from Canada on the U.S. and ask him to reciprocate. When you think about it, tariffs are no matter who does them, they're just interventions by government. They restrict the freedom of people and businesses. I believe the lower tariffs on both sides, the better. Now, I understand where the president's coming from, Casey, and I think you do too. America is rich. Our people like to buy stuff. Every foreign business in the world wants to sell into America. The president's just saying, if you're a foreign business and you want to sell to Americans and take our money, then move here and hire our people. And he's right, there has been abuse by other countries with respect to the U.S. God created the world, but everything else is made in China. We know about the abuses. Having said that, what the tariffs at the level that the president has imposed them, in my judgment, I'm not going to feign understanding. I have no idea what the impact is going to be on the American economy or the world economy. I listen to all these economists confidently predict that it's going to do this or going to do that, and they're very self-confident. Most of them act like they discovered gravity, but they don't know what's going to happen, and they have a record to prove it. So we'll just have to wait and see. It's been painful, but it may turn out well. It may not. If it doesn't turn out well, I think the president will recalibrate.
To that point, do you think it's Donald Trump's economy now?
Oh, I think it is. There's no question. I think once he decided to add the tariffs, clearly, I mean, he will be held responsible, as he should, whether it turns out good or it turns out badly.
Is there a point at which you would consider supporting taking tariff authority back into congressional hands? There have been some efforts in the Senate to do that.
Well, if I finally concluded that what the president is proposing is not going to work, or if the treatment is worse than the disease, sure. And I'm going to look at Senator Grassley's bill very closely. But I'm not there yet. I just don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to pretend that I do. I'm not going to bubble wrap it. What I've seen so far in terms of the stock market, it's been painful. But what the not longer term, what the midterm impact will be, Casey, I don't know, and nobody else does either. But I mean, the president, I think President Trump's like every other president. He wants to leave something behind besides styrofoam. He believes in tariffs. First time I ever met him, he talked about tariffs. He thinks that this is going to make America better, and he may well be right. If he's wrong, I think he'll be willing to recalibrate. But I would start by taking Europe. I'd call. I think Israel's made the proposal. I think Vietnam's made the proposal. Some of the Europeans are making the proposal. If they want to go to zero tariffs, I'd take a dozen. Say we'll go to zero tariffs too.
Sir, President Trump played golf over the weekend. He posted a video of himself golfing. Do you think that was a bad look, considering where the markets were?
No, I don't think American people care that much. They understand that presidents relax on the weekends and get away. It doesn't mean that he wasn't talking on the phone when he was on the golf course or wasn't in meetings. I don't think there's ever really a time when a president is not on call and is not thinking about or talking with these plans. So I don't think people hold that against him.
All right, fair enough. The other thing that he said here is he posted. He said, "Don't be a panican." Panican. He called it a new party based on weak and stupid people. Do you understand what he means by panicking? And what would you say? I'm sure you have many, many constituents, small businesses, retirees, imminent retirees in Louisiana. If they're worried about this, are they panicking?
I think what the president is saying in his own unique way is, like the film said, be cool, honey bunny, don't panic. It's going to work out. And he may be right. He may be wrong. I don't know. I've said I support his long-term objective, but as I also said, quoting John Maynard Keynes, the long term's important, but in the long term, we're dead. Short term matters too. And some of my colleagues are saying, well, this will definitely happen and that will definitely happen. I have no idea, Casey. I have none. Zero. Zilch. Nada.
Very quickly, as we button up here, the Senate passed its budget. Sent it over to the House. There are some questions about whether the House is prepared to pass it, especially considering now the stakes for Republicans of passing that with these tariffs in place. What do you say to your House colleagues about what they should do?
Follow their heart, take their brains with them, accept our resolution. It's just a blueprint. It's just a baby step, but it's a necessary step. The hard work's ahead. Here's what I predict will happen. After the House passes the resolution, and I think it will, if I were Thune and Johnson, I would give each House about no more than 90 days, and preferably 60 days, to come up with a consensus about what ought to be in the final bill. Neither side will achieve that. Then Thune and Johnson and others are going to have to go to the White House and sit down with the president and find out what he wants to put in it and what he wants to leave out of it. And then the president's going to have to go sell it. And I think that's the shortest way home here, in my opinion.
All right. Senator John Kennedy, always enjoyed talking to you, sir. Thanks very much for being on the show, and I hope you'll come back soon.
Thanks, Casey. Thank you.